email us at globalmusicinc@gmail.com. That's globalmusicinc@gmail.com. Get a piece of the show, get a piece of the laughter, the communities and the unsigned that shine.
You booked a sunny Verbo ski chalet with endless views of snow-covered peaks. But the thing they'll remember forever? Grandpa coming out of retirement to give a few ski lessons. The time to plan your get-together is now. Find it on Verbo.
Sorry for the technical difficulties with the commercial. We don't usually stay this long, but
I was just saying that. I said, "Wow, she got a whole commercial running."
It's the headphones. We're gonna play a song real quick, and we'll be right back.
What am I doing here? How did I get this far? How did I get stuck? Stuck in your corner, stuck in your corner, yeah. What am I doing here? How did I get this far? How did I get stuck? Stuck in your corner, stuck in your corner, yeah. Everyone's doing fine, but what about me? In prison, it's been about 10 years. I send letters home, just about every week. And my children, they're missing their mom, yeah, they're missing their mom. And now they're calling out crying. I'm running. Not a letter for me, no, not a letter for me, no, no. What am I doing here? How did I get this far? How did I get stuck? Stuck in your corner, stuck in your corner, yeah. What am I doing here? How did I get this far? How did I get stuck? Stuck in your corner, stuck in your corner, yeah. I'm standing here on this corner. I'm selling my body for money at the age of 15. But he said I could be rich, but all my money is in his pockets, and it's not mine. I feel as if I can't walk away from him. I feel as if he owns my body, y'all. And I wonder, how did I get here? How did I get here? No, no. What am I doing here? How did I get this far? How did I get stuck? Stuck in your corner, stuck in your corner, yeah. What am I doing here? How did I get this far? How did I get stuck? Stuck in your corner, stuck in your corner, yeah. It's got me sick. I'm feeling neglected by the outside. Ooh, it's got me sick. I'm feeling neglected by the
outside. Hey y'all, it's got me sick.
I'm feeling
neglected by the outside.
Ooh, it's got me sick.
Yeah, it's SUKI SUK and Friends tonight. Whoever wanna come in, chat, talk on the topic. You got the code for the show. You can come in whenever you're ready. Yeah, and that was SUKI SUK. SUKI SUK, also known as Sakari's Diary. How you guys doing tonight? Got a special topic. It could be special to you, but it's special to me. And I want to welcome along. You know, for those of you who knew us on Real Talk After Dark Radio, I know you remember Nadu's experience, the radio show that was making ratings on Real Talk After Dark Radio. We got Nadu in the house today with a new name and a whole new life. How you doing, Nadu? Welcome. It's been a while, cuz.
Thank you for having me, Suki. Good
Yes.
night, Global Music. Everybody, I'm here live and direct, enjoying life, having a good time.
Yes.
Three kids later, a whole husband later.
Wow, you been
Honey.
busy, mama. What you got? Hold on, I think I need to brighten the light in here a little bit. You've been busy, cuz.
I sure have.
Sure, she went from taking care of our kids to getting her own kids. Wow. So how's the experience?
It's the most I will say. None of you prepared me for what I've been experiencing.
What?
You all did not prepare me for this.
I mean, well, I figured you had my kids all the time. You was getting prepared well enough, you know. You had them on the train. They was flashing money all over the place like they were rich, you know. Y'all used to move like bougie teams, you know, going around the city and getting money. I don't know from where, but y'all got in places, you know. But man, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow.
2 girls, 1 boy.
Wow, congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
So you flipped it on me. I had 2 boys, 1 girl. You went and had 2 girls, 1 boy.
Correct.
Yes. Wow, we can never get it perfect.
How you doing tonight, Suki?
I'm good. I'm good. You know, it's been a while. You know, I'm so excited about having you here tonight. And you know, we was having a conversation earlier today, and I wanted to bring you on the show, and we need to talk about things like that. And I also added Black Sheep. Why I added Black Sheep? Because the people that break general curses are considered Black Sheep of the family. And we're gonna explain how that happens. But I wanted to really touch base with the little you heard about the little baby situation? We were supposed to have Miss Tucker in here talking about it, but she didn't get in here yet. But the little baby situation where the the side chick baby mama uh brother went to the bowling alley, but he said he didn't go there to fight, but he was on the live video, you know, throwing punches like practicing to go fight. That's what it looked like to the people. You understand? So when they seen him in the bowling alley dolo, he came to go at dude. He said he was just gonna go talk to him. But my thing is, if you go in some place, right, and I'm your enemy, and you make a live video and say you coming to whoop my behind, right? Don't you think I'm gonna have my security waiting for your ass?
Exactly.
So now he wants to sue. People was telling him to sue, press charges, and things like that. But we could come back to that later when RT jumps in. But for
that
the record,
sounds like somebody who was looking for clout.
Yes, that's what it said. I think the brother is probably looking for clout.
Because it's a lot going on here.
He's gonna use the beef between his sister and the baby to get his own clout out.
That's it. Let me tell you.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, I think you told on him, girl. You told his secret.
People out here doing the most craziest thing.
For clout.
For clout.
Wow.
Not me, honey. I'm gonna sit right here and eat my peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and I'm gonna sip. I'm gonna drink my water and mind my business.
Yes, it's just wow, it's unbelievable the things that are going on out here, man.
It sure, yeah, sure
crimes,
is.
The things that are going on out here is crazy. It's really in New York. We've been having some crazy issues out here.
I think New York needs there just needs to be a whole New York detox. I'm talking pull out the sea moss, pull out the rosemary. I'm talking just everybody go on a detox. Like we really need detox.
Speaking
here
of
in
that,
New York.
Speaking of that, detoxes and different things we need for the body to cleanse the body. it's very important that we do practice fasting and cleansing the body. McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's. I'm not trying to throw shots at these places, but these places should be someplace you go to when you're on a road trip and you just
Yeah,
have nothing else better to eat at the moment, and that's your last choice. Because home cooked meals are healthier than buying fast food. Unless the restaurant cook their food fresh in front of you, or you know they're a fresh cooking restaurant, I don't think you should be entangling with any of the certain restaurants. You
I
understand?
agree.
You know, um, and that's something that needs to be talked about too. And that's part of general generational curses as well. Why? Because and it's a lot of things that has to do with generational curses. And a generational curse could be anything. The way your family eats, the way your family works, the type of jobs they do all their life, the things that they do that they want their children to be just like them, you know.
Right.
And it's very important that people know we are all born with our own minds, whether you're our mother, our father, our aunt, our cousin. We are all born with our own minds. Some cousins are jealous of each other because another cousin won't follow the rules of the family, because they're afraid to break the generational curse. They're afraid to break the so-called rules that the family have for the family. You understand? Which is very distracting to me, because every child is born with their own mind. Every child is born with their own path. It's up to them whether they want to be brave and take their path, or be afraid and keep following their parents' path. What do you think, Najee?
I think you're definitely correct. However, I do believe that some parents don't even know, some mothers don't know what they are carrying. Some parents don't know what they are giving birth to, and some parents don't recognize what or who is in their own home. And a lot of the time, when you just see pregnancy and giving birth as just, oh, this is what happens after we have intercourse, then you're in for a rude awakening, because you're creating a life. You're helping a life grow. So a lot of the time when we're raising children, we tend to want to impose our culture, our learned behaviors, the conversations that was uh the conversations that our parents and great grandparents had, that we heard, and we think that's the way of living, that's the life, that's how it should be. And we tend to just grow up continuing this cycle and not realizing, hey, now you have kids, you can break that chain, you can stop that cycle, you can renounce it, you can reject it, you can raise your children different, you can eat different, dress different, think different. You know what I mean? So you don't have to keep going down or up that generational ladder where everyone did this at 40, everybody did this at 25, or everybody did this at 19. And we have the ability to break
To
that. We
change
have the
that. Yes.
yeah, to change it.
And then, but often when we do choose to do that, we become the black sheep of the family. We become hated by the cousins for no reason at all, just because you broke the rule and you're
No,
not
there is
following the rule.
there is a reason.
Oh, there was a reason. What's the reason?
There is a reason why the hatred is present, or the dislike is present. The reason for that is because, simple, it's a lack of knowledge. Without knowledge, you cannot understand. Without knowledge, you cannot comprehend. So if you do not have the knowledge of the person that you all of a sudden dislike, then that's your fault. That's a lack of knowledge of not getting to know that person, to understand, why is that person so bold? Why is that person so outspoken? And why doesn't this person want to wear red with the rest of the family? Why
Yeah,
doesn't this person want to wear white with the rest of the
yeah,
family?
yeah.
But if
So
you had the knowledge to understand that, even in the genetic chain, it talks about every fourth generation somebody's born with gray eyes, and this is just an example. Every
Mm-hmm.
fourth generation, somebody's born with gray eyes, where
Mm-hmm.
you'd have to wait 4 generations again before somebody else in that bloodline is born with gray
And
eyes.
that's crazy you said that, because we had a situation in our family where it seemed like every third child was born with polio or born with some type of defect in their bodies. I don't know if you noticed that. We had my brother was born with a club foot. My other aunt was born with her legs crossed. Everybody had something to do with the foot. Every third child, if you pay attention to that, and that was something that people kept. All right, so that means your third child's gonna have something wrong with their leg. Not necessarily, not necessarily. Just like they say diabetes. We know the things we eat in our culture, and we
Correct.
know some of the things that them big plates of food that our parents feed us. That's a generational curse, because they made us believe that them big ass bowls they was feeding us in was an okay portion of food to eat.
Because
And then
even
we
because even when we would go to events, to parties, they would have up to 5 different types of rice. They would give you a plate of rice, plate of potato
macaroni,
salad.
potato
Um,
salad,
what was it? It usually would have
spaghetti.
you would have up to 5 different carbohydrates, starch on your plate with a deep fried piece of meat. And that was culture. But culture did not say to the person, hey, 40 years from now, you're going to have hypertension.
No, it did not.
40 years from now, you're going to have excessive bleeding or vaginal
Yeah,
bleeding due to fibroids. A couple of years from now, you're going to have diabetes. Like, see, culture doesn't tell you this.
no.
So you're like, oh yeah, we're going to the wedding, we're going to the baby shower, or we're better yet, we're going to the christening. So at
Hmm.
the christening, yeah, get me a plate of this and get me a plate of that.
Yeah.
What me and Eve did, he and I, we made a decision when we go out to eat. One thing we're not doing, we are not taking a doggy bag home.
Yes.
We are not taking leftovers, no matter how good the food is.
Yes.
We made a decision we're just not taking leftovers
Because
because
most of the time when you go out to eat at these events, the food is no good for you whatsoever. It's not
and it
good.
usually and especially this too, what people fail to realize about the human body, when you really look at it, the human body is like a plant. You never give a plant old soil. You never leave a plant without giving it water or
Yes.
feeding it plant
Mm-hmm.
food.
Mm-hmm.
But why is it that we think it's okay as humans, because we have the ability to walk, we have the ability to dress ourselves, we can do things on our own. Why do we think it's okay to eat leftovers? I personally feel that leftovers, there shouldn't be leftovers. Whatever you cook today is whatever you should consume.
Yes.
Because leftovers, what happens is there is something micro that happens with all of the seasoning and the oil and all that stuff, and then you go and reheat it. Okay, some people reheat in microwaves, reheat it whatever, whichever way they see fit to reheat the food. And it's like, to me, it's like you're putting poison into your body. I just don't believe in leftovers. And that's another thing
Mm-hmm.
too. Culturally, we were taught, oh, don't throw that food in the garbage. Save it, leave it there. You'll eat it later. But think about it. If you had a hot dog at 3 o'clock on Monday, do you want a hot dog at 3 o'clock on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday?
It depends on your budget, on what you can afford.
Well, you right on that, but I think when we have the knowledge about our body and our systems and our organs, I don't think budget will play a role,
Uh-huh. That's
because
right.
it could be your budget, but you can say, you know what, I'm gonna go buy me an apple for 50 cents and a
Mm-hmm.
large bottle of water for $1.50,
Mm-hmm.
and that will
Mm-hmm.
fill you up.
Yeah, so that's another thing. People are complaining that is for healthy food is expensive. It's not
Yeah.
really healthy. I mean, it's not. Okay, it depends on where you go, and
Okay.
then and still Some people don't eat vegetables. They don't believe in eating vegetables.
Wow. Because they don't know their system. They're not educated.
McDonald's been fed to children so much that they think French fries is a vegetable, and French fries is actually a starch.
It
You
is.
understand? And it's sad that some kids don't know what broccoli looks like, what spinach looks like, or asparagus. You
But
understand?
I'm still on the fence with broccoli because I'm hearing from Dr. Sabi and I'm hearing from Dr.
Broccoli is a
Oz
fungus, right?
that shouldn't be consumed. But I love broccoli. I don't know. It just looks like a little tree.
I think
It's
broccoli is
delicious.
a fungus because it stinks very bad. And
Really?
yes, I think it's a fungus, like Dr. Sadie said.
But
But
where does broccoli grow from?
uh uh you got me the line.
I've never seen a broccoli plant.
I've seen a broccoli plant. It grows like the cauliflower.
It does.
And
I've never
cauliflower,
seen
I
it.
don't know what's the sense of cauliflower. That I don't know what vitamin it has in it or what it comes with. Do you know corn doesn't have any vitamins in it as
And
well,
this is
right?
what I've heard. I was
Yes.
surprised to hear that.
Do you know corn when you consume it, it goes back whole that the way you bit it off the
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
and it comes straight through you.
That's crazy.
So
That's all
so
the way crazy.
I think popcorn is the most processed thing, and that's what corn should be used for, the popcorn. Because that's
Mm.
where it seems to digest itself at. And but it still has those kernels in it get stuck in your teeth. But yeah, so I was trying to tell people generational curses could be anything. Okay, like in our family they say diabetes runs in our family. No, the way we eat that brings diabetes runs in our family. You understand? You gotta remember our heritage. In our heritage, we bake cakes. We make all type of stuff from scratch.
Patties, that
Oh
rice
my
and
god,
beans.
them Haitian beef patties. Oh my
Woo!
gosh, you get
Mm,
more bread than meat. You be
mm.
lucky if you hit a Haitian beef patty and you get less bread than meat.
Or even a thumb, the top of your thumb full of meat.
I think Pata has more meat in it than Haitian beef
Well,
patty.
I started buying Jamaican patties, but then us Haitians, we Haitian Americans,
Yeah,
Haitian
you
boys,
used to that bread
whatever.
and butter. That
We
the Haitian beef patty tastes like bread and butter when you
It
bite
does,
into
but
it. It's not, and it's full of lard and oil. You ever
it
notice that?
depends.
It,
Yes, it
it
depends
runs
where you buy
down
it
your.
though.
Yo, yo,
It depends where you buy it, I think,
yo.
because I started buying whatchamacallit, excuse
Bless
me.
you.
I
Mm,
started buying Jamaican beef patties.
mm.
And I'm like, why? Since when was beef so watery? And I said, wait a second, are these people stretching the beef and putting it inside the patty that when you bite into it is dripping out?
Can I
And
say
I just,
something? No, I think they take the meat, right, and they
uh-huh.
mix it with some sort of bread to make it more. You ever bite into the patty and it just feels like there's bread in between the meat while you're eating it?
No.
I think that yeah, it's real soft and mushy.
Well, the ones that because I've been buying mine from a particular, don't want to name the name of the, don't
I
want to name
mean,
the name of the chain, but when you bite into it, it's like it
you be
literally
going to go.
squirts.
You go to Golden Crust still? You still going to Golden Crust?
No comment.
That is not Jamaican food.
And I'm telling you, and so
It's okay, Golden Crust. Yeah, listen. When I'm not trying to throw any shots at y'all, I'm just saying. I have not been flattered by the dinners and the prices of your beef patty and the taste afterwards. It doesn't really. That's not no. I always wound up going to a regular Jamaican store.
Yeah, like the mom and pops Jamaican, they
Yeah,
really,
they good.
yeah.
They're
But
good.
even with our Haitian patties, I only know of two locations in all of New York that
That
sells
has
good Haitian patties.
wow.
I
Where's the
don't know anyplace
location?
else.
Because I know I found one Haitian restaurant in Harlem. I was so shocked. I don't know if it's still there since after the pandemic. Yes, honey.
Wait, a Haitian restaurant
A
or
Haitian restaurant.
one of
It
those
it
look,
wasn't no big fancy big. It looked like a Chinese restaurant, but it was a Haitian restaurant.
it wasn't like no culinary. I went to,
No, it's not no Caribbean / American, straight up Haitian, honey. They had legumes, sauce, they had everything. They had the works in there. Yes, yes.
oh, we gotta go. We have
Yeah,
to go see if it's still there.
but I want to go. I heard there's a good Haitian restaurant on Ransom in Brooklyn. So,
On Remsen?
mhm.
Remsen? A Haitian
Yeah.
restaurant?
Hmm.
Remsen and what? You sure it's not Kyle on Church Avenue?
Oh no, I know about them. They're not. I need to go somewhere. Kyle is a little off for me.
What make you say that? They give
I,
a
they
good
give you a
amount of
good
food.
amount of food, but I don't get that real good like Haitian cuisine from them.
Oh, cause you see, cause your mother, my aunt, was the listen
I don't get the real Haitian cuisine from them. It doesn't taste that well. It's a little bland to me.
with Kyle.
Yes.
Oh wow, then you haven't had the red rice and beans. Then
I had their
you
red
probably
rice.
kept getting that. You probably kept getting that white rice.
But the legume, no, we got
Oh, I don't like their legume. Nope,
okay.
zero.
So if that don't taste good, that means it's not good. Everything should take legume should taste
One
good at every restaurant.
one thing I don't do when I go to a Haitian restaurant, there's several things I don't order. I don't order their legume. I don't order their fried plantains. And I do not order white rice and sauce pois. I don't eat any of their sauce pois. The reason why is because I can taste the flour in the sauce pois. Like when they try to,
They put
wh-
flour in it. Oh, that's forbidden.
yeah, I don't like
All
that
you
taste.
gotta do is mash the beans and it'll get its thickness.
Correct.
Oh,
Or
you
do
put too
it,
much water.
or put it in a passoire and do it the old school
Yes.
way.
Oh
Yeah,
my
I don't.
gosh,
Yeah,
flour?
you can't, you can't,
Oh, that is
you can't,
forbidden.
you can't disrespect sauce pois like that.
Okay.
Sauce,
Especially sauce pois noir.
sauce pois is a serious thing. That
Yo,
was when your mom used to make fried fish with
with
white
oh
rice
my gosh.
and the
With the
white
white
sauce
bean
pois.
sauce. Yes, honey. That
Ooh.
kingfish. Mm, mm, mm. Yo, you be waiting for that dinner for like 7 hours, yo. Dinner don't be ready till like 1 o'clock in the morning, man.
1 o'clock in the morning,
And
and you're
after
just
you
saying,
eat, you knock out. Generational curse. You see, you ate that big ass plate of food with the white rice and the beans. The white rice is fattening as it is. Okay.
"Oh my
Then
goodness!"
they throw big
And
ass
she was heavy-handed.
potato salad with the beets in it. Oh
Right
my
next
God.
to the white rice and the white sauce pois,
Then
and
you
it would
wonder why
change
you
its
can't
color.
breathe when you're walking down the street.
Mm.
Our stomachs be big, everything be big, and then we just full. Why? Because the food tastes so good and it wasn't no good. Okay.
Mm. And Auntie knew how to. She knew how to make fried oil with garlic smell like a meal. She would just chop some
And
onions and
knowing dinner
garlic.
was not going to be done till 6 hours later.
We didn't
Oh,
even want onion rings at the
she
time. We
made the
was like,
rice. She would make the rice first. You would swear the food was
the food
cooking.
was done. Yeah.
Then she'll season the meat last.
Whew.
Just seasoning the meat. You think it was cooking? It was.
You could smell the seasoning to the elevator in the building she lived in. And we knew she was
People used to
cooking.
come to that door looking for food. Yo, plates all out. Like, come on. Yeah,
And she would
those
take
are just generational curses we had to
and
break.
and
I had
it's
to break those.
And it's interesting you say that because a couple of months ago I was cooking and I noticed that I was cooking in a learned behavior method of cooking.
Yes,
I was adding this because my mother, my aunts add this. I was
yes,
putting this because this is what I saw growing up in the kitchen when
yes,
we would go to Mata Lapuente's house or
yes,
Mata Mud's house, and
yes.
everyone in the family had this unique way of using the same ingredients and cooking
The
the
same
same type of
thing.
food,
Yes.
you
And they
know?
ask, how do you cook to your food to taste just like your mom's? How do you do that? You know,
Exactly.
how do you do that? Because I feel like it's naturally built within us. I think it's
Yeah.
just naturally built.
Yeah.
So some things I had to stop using in my kitchen that family always used. Okay.
Right.
I had to get rid of white rice.
Yeah.
I had to get rid of rice. Period. I had to get rid of adobo. Get rid of different seasonings they use. One thing about the Haitian culture, we use a lot of herbs, which was very good. So most of our herbs was fresh. I don't think you really caught our parents using adobo or things like that. They
No,
would
we
use
didn't
more
know those
salt.
things.
Yeah, they use
Yeah.
more salt, and sazon was the biggest
And
thing, and
a
the
lot of
cube,
garlic,
the beef cube, and
thyme.
a lot of garlic, thyme, and all the other stuff was fresh.
Yeah, like
Scallions, stuff like
cloves,
that, cloves and stuff. All that other stuff is fresh.
onions.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So things that
Hmm.
so I wound up going to another family and living with another family and seeing that the culture was so totally different from
Wow.
the culture that I was part of, and I got to live part of their culture as well. That's families from down south. They cook chitlins. I didn't like chitlins because they stink. Like just for the smell, I didn't like it. You understand what I'm
And
saying?
what is chitlins? I
The
always hear
intestines of the pig,
the intestines of the
where the
pig.
poop goes
Why?
through, the intestines. Poop goes through your intestines.
Why are we eating chitlins? Like why?
I don't know. People from down south love it. Listen, I've actually had chitlins before and didn't know it was chitlins because the way the person cooked the chitlins.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know if everybody else that cooked the chitlins that I ever smelt it ever cooked it right because
Oh
this
my
person,
God.
I didn't know it was chitlins in the plate. When I found out, I really felt like throwing up because of the smell, but the taste of the way that person cooked it was totally different.
And
So,
it's interesting that you're talking about that you stepped into another culture because by the time I was 14 years old, I lived in 6 different homes by the time I was 14.
mhm,
So the first home, of course, was I came to live with Mata La Puente. This is when I was about, I think I was 11 or 12. I lived with
uh-huh,
her.
uh-huh.
And then from her, I went back home for a little bit. And then I moved in with that family from Barbados.
Yes, and their cooking is totally different.
Oh, yeah. So I learned about rice, peas, and rice because there's a certain way you're supposed to say it. I learned about flying fish. I learned about cuckoo. I learned about fish cake. Um, they didn't have much of a variety
Hmm.
in the Bajan menu,
Yeah,
but I did learn about sauce. It's something
and
you
they
make
got
with
this. Then they got this thing called pot. Uh,
pepper.
they,
No, they're not pepper
pepper
pot.
pot. Pepper pot.
No, pepper pot is the Guyanese.
Oh, okay. So you have the
Guyanese.
Belizeans. They mostly do work around bread, and everything has a bread in it. With Belizeans, everything has a bread, and I think their bread is the best tasting bread.
Who's
You know,
this? People from Belize?
Belizean, Belize.
Oh, okay. And then
Yeah.
I also lived with a Trinidadian Indian family
And their
who
food is totally different as well too. They the ones that make the lamb.
completely
It's healthier than a lot of cultures. Like with
and
they make the lamb bread, the naan bread, and stuff like that. So their culture is much more different. Their rice is much more healthier than our rice.
yeah. And a lot of their food kind
Has
of
a
sort
lot
of
of cayenne.
leans more to like the vegan. And
Yes.
there's everything is predominantly curry.
Yes.
They have roti, pulori. I learned a
Hmm.
lot. I learned a
Yeah.
lot. I learned a
So,
lot with these
so
different
now,
cultures.
and then we have other cultures where I don't know if to call it a culture, but families that just use a lot of processed food.
Mm,
They don't believe in using fresh. They don't believe, and this is the difference between cultures. Cultures from the West Indies, they always believe in using fresh because everything had to be picked up most of the time in the backyard. Okay, out here in our culture, out here in the United States, it's totally different. When my children was younger, I found myself buying the instant macaroni and cheese, everything instant. Why? Because you want to make your day easier. All that stuff put a toll on my children's weight and their body and their health when they were younger. Once I
wow.
started, when I noticed those, I was using too much of those things. I started cooking fresh, and then like I have a problem with this is the it's under generational curse once again. I have a problem with just because I'm big, my daughter don't have to be obese.
I
Just
agree.
because I'm obese, my son should not be obese. I should not subject my children to my health issues for them to have the same health issues. And how I'm subjecting that? By what I feed them, what I buy them, what I put in the fridge. And it's all my fault. It's not theirs. Giving them whatever that we know is not good for our children. We have children under 15 getting diabetes because they're drinking too much soda. They're buying too much 7-Eleven big gulps. There is this poison called fructose corn syrup. Until the manufacturing people stop using it, you need to stop allowing your kids to drink. Arizona iced tea never had it before. Now it has it. Okay. Every soda you can name it has fructose, corn syrup, down to ginger ale. Diet soda is no good. It's something NutraSweet in it that will mess up your diabetes. Okay? Everything that you're tempted to drink is not good for you. I have cut out soda. I have not drank soda for 10 years. Only time I drink a ginger ale if I feel like I have to burp. You understand? And I put a lot of ice in it because I need it watered down, whatever else is in there. You understand? You don't want to drink Pepsi no more. Every dark soda is a killer. I'm not trying to listen. Either they start manufacturing their stuff with better ingredients for the people, or they just let people kill themselves because that's what we're doing every day. And that's why it's very important when you go shopping to read your nutritional facts. You have to drink it. You have to read your nutritional facts. If you don't, you're gonna be lost. You're putting too much stuff in your body people say I want to lose weight and running to get the gastro. The gastro, listen, I don't recommend anybody who's under 400 pounds. I think you could work on losing weight the natural way. We're killing ourselves when we go under the knife for surgery. Unless it's emergency, a dying emergency in your life, I don't think it should be done. If you're doing it to catch up with a friend because you thought the friend got the gastro, ask people what they did to change their situation. Some people are walking around with sicknesses and they're not even really big. And once they get over the sickness, their body seems to shrink dramatically, and you think they went and had a surgery.
Absolutely.
There are sicknesses out
What's
here
that?
that make you huge. They swell you up. And once you heal or cured from it, your body goes back to normal. But people are out there judging you and making their own contemplation on what you did to lose the weight. There's so much competition out there sometimes. You don't know people's in competition with you until you hear the questions they ask you.
How you did it?
Oh no. Here come somebody came to me and said, I got the gastro. I said, you did? She said, yeah, you inspired me to do it.
I can't.
Now I had to pause. I felt insulted because I have so much strong willpower, and I've done it through researching and finding out I needed to stop drinking soda, stop eating rice, stop eating McDonald's, and stop drinking the Wendy's Frosties.
Nah, but those Frosties are good though, especially the vanilla one.
Oh man, they're addictive. They're addictive.
Anything that tastes too good, I leave it alone, honey.
When I do go get a Frosty in this day and era, I have a big ass bottle of water and a cup of ice sitting right next to me because I know I had no business drinking that. And I need to wash it out as soon as possible.
I need to ask you a question. So how did you break the news to this person that you didn't have a what is it called?
Bypass surgery.
How did you explain to this person that you didn't do that?
I told them I had fibroid tumors, and I started my weight loss journey 9 years before I knew the tumors was what was enlarging my body. Okay, I changed my diet. I stopped soda. I even cut out sugar for a whole year to find out sugar is really a drug. Okay, I cut out sugar, period, white sugar for a whole year. Any frosting, any cake, anything that got to do with natural sugar, with this regular sugar. And found out it was a drug a year later. Why? Because remember I told you, those places should be places you stop at a dying emergency on a road trip. Okay, we was on a road trip. There was nothing healthy to eat. We decided to go to IHOP. Okay. So we went to IHOP and I said, well, damn, I've been great on my diet. I've been great with the stuff that I changed. I did it good for a whole year. I lost pounds. I was eating wraps and just getting a little McDonald's salads in the cup and just eating that every day. Or I'll go to Subway in the morning and just get a wrap. You understand? A wheat wrap with all the salad stuff they had in the bar, in the fixing bar. I would eat that every morning for a whole year. Went on a road trip. There was this new thing that came out at IHOP called the parfait. I said, okay, I'll try a parfait. Parfait came to my table. I put the spoon in there, put it in my mouth. As soon as I swallowed it, 3 minutes later, I caught a head rush.
Yeah.
That head rush hit me so hard, I thought I was outside hitting a pipe. That's when I realized sugar is a drug.
Yeah, because even with me, like, there are certain things that I cannot drink. If I just put it to my mouth and like it has too much sugar, I have to dilute it. And growing up, we weren't given sugar. Actually, we really didn't have much sugar in our diet growing up. But I think what
we was given sugar. You didn't have la bouillie? La bouillie was full of sugar. Porridge.
Not much, because even as a child, I really didn't like sugar.
Oh, you didn't like it, but they fed it to us practically. I mean,
yeah. Like when I would have the la bouillie,
first meal. You know that, right?
What?
Cornmeal.
You think so? My moulin?
No, cornmeal. The sweet
the
cornmeal porridge. The cornmeal porridge is really fattening if you think about it.
Yeah.
Because of the corn. The best thing that we really had was oatmeal, but they drowned it with sugar too. Well,
and the carnation milk.
And the carnation milk. Yo, that thing, after we eat it, we be knocked out. When they wanted us to go to sleep, they gave us big ass plates of oatmeal at night with bread and butter on the side. If that was
listen, that used to be the best. That used to be the best.
And the plantain porridge. The plantain porridge was the worst.
You think so?
No, plantain porridge is good for us, they say, but we would fight over that. Remember, we used to fight over the plantain porridge.
Girl,
it was never enough.
I'm telling you, the last time I had a good plantain porridge was 1986. It was 1986. I was upstairs at Mata Lapue house. She put a piece of Italian bread
Oh
in
my
that
God.
little toaster oven.
Listen, they
Look,
know, and they give you a little task with the
she pulled out the American cheese. She put some butter on that Italian bread, stuck it in the
Mm,
oven. She put some cheese on it. She let it melt, and she gave me a nice cup of plantain porridge.
they know how to set your ass to sleep. When they was tired of us, they be cooking up that big pot of porridge in that kitchen. And then once everybody eat, the house is quiet. What?
I definitely have to learn how to make that. But
Oh, I know how to make it. We actually bought plantains this week so we could make some in homage in mommy's name because we had to make it every morning for her when she was here.
really,
Yeah. So we just bought some plantains so we can make some fresh plantain porridge
wow,
this weekend pay homage to her. Yeah.
that is
So yeah,
beautiful.
but these are there was great meals in our homes, but these meals were not always healthy and good for us. So what are we doing to break those generational curses?
I think what we're doing, the um, we're recognizing the health benefits in changing how we eat because the way we were eating before, I mean, look at where it got our mothers and our fathers and our look at where it got them, you know? I think the people in our family were their heaviest in their late 20s into their late 40s. And within between those time, that's when some of them developed high blood pressure and the diabetes and the high cholesterol and different things because I remember our family, especially when it was Good Friday, oh my gosh, everybody was cooking.
Yes, and the big plates of food for Good Friday,
And
and yeah.
Thanksgiving. And
Hmm.
it was always a Julie Blanc. It was
Man,
something about
people,
the
yeah,
Haitian
that
culture
white
with the
rice.
Julie Blanc, you
Yes.
know? So I think today we've made a decision to do away with that generational lifestyle of eating. We uh we made a decision to say no, you know what, let me reintroduce myself to greens, let me reintroduce myself to farm raised chicken, with no hormones, with no antibiotics
But
injected into the
one
meat,
thing about
you
our
know.
culture, our meat was always fresh. Our meat
Well,
never was bought from the supermarket. It was always
no,
bought.
your mom, she always bought it from the
Yes,
poultry place down on
yes,
the Pitkin
yes.
Avenue
She
back there.
lived faithfully by that,
Yeah,
and we always had organic meats and organic, everything was
correct.
organic with the meat. But as far as that rice and the potatoes and they add, and the macaroni, I mean, they put all that on one plate for you. You understand? And then
Correct.
tell you it's okay to eat it. Then when
Right.
you get older, you find out you're not even supposed to eat it in that combination.
Correct. Correct. And you're supposed to have everything is supposed to fit your plate. I think they said half of your fist or the size of your fist. And again, back to culture. Culture says if you're skinny, you're malnourished. But if you're overweight, plump, round, and what we call fat,
Yeah.
that
Uh-huh.
means that means you're healthy, you're
Yes.
strong,
And
you're gonna
the Haitian culture
yeah,
believes in that. If
yeah,
you're skinny, they have to stuff you with vitamins. And then that happened to us in our family as well. Me being younger, I was always skinny. I was always skinny up until 10. And that's because they felt like I was too small. So every time they fed me, they would give me vitamins to gain weight.
mm-mm.
So at 9, I blew up out of proportion, breasts, everything, all type of stuff. You understand? And those vitamins that was put in my body could go through my children's body and then go to the next generation's body because that's how some of the vitamins run. You remember
Right.
King Vitamin, the Friendstone vitamins? Yeah, she had all type of vitamins. She was just
Let me
pumping
tell
me with them.
you, they had, like you just mentioned, they had the Flintstone vitamins. They had what was that
Something
white?
called King Vitamin. I don't know what it was, but it was in a bottle and it was liquid. It had a bunch of kids. Kids holding hands going down in a row.
Right.
It
They had
said, yeah,
that.
and
And
it
what was
said to
the
make
other
you gain
one?
weight.
There was another one. It tastes like white out. It was like a white liquid that had a
Oh,
picture of a
that's the
dolphin.
Scott's Emotion.
Oh my God, they used to give us
Scott's
that.
Emotion.
And
Then we
then
used to have the root tonic. And so it's like every morning we have to stand online to get a whole set of regimens every morning. Okay, it will be bitter, some of them be sweet, some of them look like blood, but everything was for our health. And let
and
me tell you something.
don't forget the Ensure and the Nutriments.
Oh yeah, nutriments, they pumped us with that. But now nutriments, it really wasn't healthy for us after they gave us all the damn vitamins in the morning.
And the food, because I found out that Nutriments was actually a meal replacement.
Yes, it's a meal replacement.
So technically you were giving solid food, and then you were given a meal
It's sure to
replacement.
drink as a something to wash it down. It's not funny, but that was a lot of fat calories in our bodies, yo. And you wonder why you want to sleep all day with your thumb in your mouth. You know what I'm saying? What you looking at?
Your cousin-in-law.
Oh, he's playing games with you right there. He's
Uh-huh.
jealous that you on the show.
Exactly.
They you know, he got so much time on his hand right now that you're doing something. I
He
get
walked
all right. We're
he
not gonna
walked
keep her
away.
any longer, Eve. Don't worry. He's like, there, she's so pretty. She's sitting there like she's so pretty. I want her attention right now. You gotta
Oh,
be
please.
careful, baby. You try to put another one in there. Every time they
Um,
look at you, like it's time to make a baby.
you talking right. You talking so right, Lord. There's certain things. That's why sometimes I wish I would have just mind my business and kept my mouth shut and just let it flow.
Hey,
Cause
let
you
me
turn
tell you
around
this
and
life.
ask, you turn around and ask for something, and you just will get it.
That's right. Be careful what you ask for. And
Cause
then
you
you know
just
what?
will get it.
You just will get it. And you better make sure you keep it and handle it right. Because you asked for it.
Generation, look, generational curses ain't no
Yes,
joke.
yes.
Generational curse will snatch it up, honey.
Tell me about it. So, what should we tell our people about generational curse? Like, I mean, are you bad because you didn't follow the rules? Are you a black sheep because you were bolder to step out the box and go find something more, something you've never seen that people said you couldn't experience? Like the Truman Show. You ever seen the Truman Show? Okay.
That
Truman
was serious.
Show. Truman Show is a prime example of parents brainwashing you into being what they want you to be instead of letting you find your own path. Your path is not my path. My path is not your path. Just because I gave birth to you and I'm your parent doesn't mean you need to follow my path. Okay? Because another generational curse, I think that's in the Haitian family, that every time somebody comes to the United States, I say 75% of Haitian women become home health aides.
Well, I think the reason for that, because it's usually the fastest em- form of employment that a person that comes into the country can get, because the amount of schooling is shorter, and then majority of the time you really just need a green card, and they will place you with a client that speaks the language.
The
But
only person that I've seen that really didn't do that was my grandmother. Our grandmother. Our grandmother was an entrepreneur. She made her own stuff. She had her own cake business in the house. She straightened people's hair for a living. Um, and I think she did that all her life, even before she came from Haiti. You understand? And just now I caught that epiphany that our grandmother was an entrepreneur and a business owner of her own in her home.
She had a beautiful store. She had a
Yes.
beautiful store.
Okay. So
Clothing. She had a
so
clothing store.
so you know what's so funny is I thought all came from my dad. So I'm probably perfecting it because it came from both sides.
Correct.
You understand what I'm saying? And that's why I've been able to perfect it. You understand? Um, that's a generational curse I would not break because it's something that needs to stay within the family. It's something that needs to be brought further. And that's the generational blessing. I'm going to keep bringing it higher. So what I did, I broke the cycle from how my mother did things to how I do things now. You understand? I broke the cycle on how my mother disciplined me and how I disciplined my children. You understand? Our parents used to probably beat us on a bad day of work. No, when I beat your behind, I'm going to tell you why I'm beating you and what you did wrong for you to understand not to do it again. And this is all these generational curses that are in our families as well. People beating their children on a bad day of work instead of when they did something bad. You understand? You want to beat their ass because your man left you or your boyfriend pissed you off today. But you couldn't
And
beat
that
their ass to tell them they did
and
something wrong.
and majority of that too is honestly it's a learned emotion. It's a learned emotion. What did your mom do when she was pissed off? She walk into the house and start screaming. So that's a learned emotion. It got to the point even for me when I heard my mom's key in the door, I would
I
run into
go
my
hide.
bedroom.
Go
I would
hide.
hide.
Yes.
I go,
Because
oh, she coming home. Let me go in the back. I don't want to
yeah,
see
they
her. I
don't come
don't want
looking
to.
for you. As long as you out of sight, they don't come looking for you. They never did. With my parent, I used to be afraid to go in her room and ask her questions. I was afraid to speak to my mom. So it was different, you know. So when I had my children, I wanted them to speak their mind. It's another thing that I noticed with parents as well. Um, just because you like Jordans don't mean your kid is gonna like Jordans. Just because you want to go to Macy's and buy Aris pastel and polo. I've seen kids go into Macy's with their parents. Their parents is picking out their clothes. The parent wants them to wear the name brand, but the kid sees the Mickey Mouse over there and he wants the Mickey Mouse. Oh, I don't want you wearing that. Let your children pick out their clothes. Let your children pick out what
I
they want to
wanna
be.
I wanna jump in right here.
Yes, yes,
A
yes,
few months ago, J Mael's feet, his feet grows per day.
yes.
So we go into a store and we're picking out shoes and I'm like, do you like these? These are good. These are gonna last you the whole school year. He's like, I don't want those. And I'm talking all parents just stop and they're looking at me. I said, okay, so which one do you like?
That's right.
He went, he calls it his sparkly shoes. He got these red sparkly shoes.
Uh-huh.
And then he walked over and got another pair of shoes that he can wear with his school uniform. And even the lady that was helping me, she was so shocked at how I handled that situation. And I looked at her, I said, no, I never had the opportunity to say, this is what I want to wear, and this is how I want, and this is comfortable for me. It was always a no, I want you in that, and you're going to
Yes.
wear that, and that's my money, and I paid for it, and
Yeah.
you live in my house. It was
Huh.
always that conversation. But Nadia was always Nadia was always that different child who, if everyone's wearing pink, no, I don't want to wear pink. I want
That's
to wear
right.
white. I don't
That's
care if
right.
they, I don't want to wear. And I was always that
That's right. I
personality.
had that
Always had that.
problem. I had that problem when I was growing up as well. One time I went on a train, and that's when I started altering my clothes. Okay, because you go on Church Avenue, you go into the store, they have a dozen of the same dresses on the rack.
Correct.
Okay, all the dresses look the same. So when you in Brooklyn, when you would buy certain outfits, everything looks the same. You wind up dressing the same as somebody across from you
Mhm.
on the bus.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
I got upset that the ladies that had the same dress as me. Every outfit I ever got after that, you didn't notice I used to always cut up my outfits, tie them up in knots to the side, and you be like, "What are you doing?" I don't want. I have to change it. I rip it, tear it apart, and change the whole outfit. And you be like, "Why did you buy it?" Then you didn't know. It's not that I didn't like it. I know I can make it look different from they had like 20 dozens of the same one in there. I don't want to go to the party and the lady somebody's dressed like me. You understand? So
And you
every
see, and you see, even in that, our minds was trained almost. Our minds was like renewed, and to the point of what the parent or the person, our guardian, is saying. This is what it should be. Not once giving a thought to maybe she wants to wear something else.
Yes. Yeah, because
Maybe
I I had
like
to tell this lady one day because she says her son will sit in a corner sometimes and he look like he's thinking real hard. I said, we all think. We all have a brain. We have a mind. We have ideas of what we want to be in life sometimes before our parents know. You understand? Like when I was younger, I used to see the piano shop down the block, okay, on East 53rd between Linden and Church. Okay? It was a Jewish man had a piano shop there. My
oh,
mom never
wow.
took me to the piano shop. There was never a piano in that apartment per se, but there was always a piano in other apartments. But before we had our pianos in other apartments, I used to always, every day, I waited for my mom. I used to beg my mom if she needed me to go to the store so I could go to the piano guy and watch him play the piano. You don't know. Your kids have fantasies. They have things they want to be. And sometimes they don't know how to tell you because you don't even allow them to come to you and talk to you. You understand? My young son used to tell me, Mommy, I want to be a rapper when I grow up. And I supported that because he would come from school and rap about what the teacher did today and rap. And I would, I have his hand, he hopping and rapping. Yeah. It's so funny because when he went to kindergarten, Chris Cross was out then.
Correct.
Okay. And I don't know, you was around us. He used to want to wear his clothes like Chris Cross.
Yeah, the back. What was that? The backward pants.
Yeah, he wanted to wear his pants backwards. He wanted to wear his shirts back. I let him be his damn self. So the teacher had a problem with it. Oh, he's wearing his clothes backwards. He is a fan of Chris Cross. He went when we went shopping. I didn't pick his clothes. He picked his own clothes because he liked the crisscross so much. He always picked the colors crisscross wear. So my son never wore black pants or nothing like that. And if he had suits,
True.
first thing in the morning, he's dressed. I didn't teach him that. No, he went in a drawer. This is what his mind was thinking, and he wanted to put this on. So every morning, my little 3-year-old son would get up and dress in a suit with his dress shoes because that's how he wanted to dress that day. And then he go talk the staff to death in the office early in the morning because I was in a group home at the time. You know what I'm saying? So he was get up and go talk the staff to death in the morning. But that kid right there, you would have known he's going to be a business owner. You would have known he's going to be an entrepreneur one day just because the way he moved. Homeboy had to be to school before everybody else. Some days I had to go pick him up from the school because he got there too early.
But do you see how tradition, culture,
It follows us automatically.
but
It's
do you
just some
see
of
but
our parents brainwash us
but
and change our
do you
minds.
do you see how you literally just like stop that and you created your own
World.
world? And
That's
I always
basically what
I
you say
always
it.
I always refer to Elmo because Elmo came into Sesame Street. Everyone is still on Sesame Street, but Elmo he
Went his
decided
own way.
he,
He
Elmo
decided I'm
decided
getting
to
out of here.
create Elmo ended up creating his own world
Yep. The
and literally
children
took
love him to
over.
death. Yes.
And listen, when you see Elmo, the first thing you associate Elmo to is Sesame Street. Whereas before it was in our generation, we saw Big Bird, we automatically knew it was Sesame Street.
Yes.
And it's like Big Bird was just
Yep.
kindly moved over a little bit, and here comes Elmo. And
Yep.
it's to the point where when Sesame Street starts with their theme song and everything, they don't include Elmo.
Oh no.
He starts a whole new segment. Da, 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 Elmo's world. Da,
Elmo got
Elmo's
a whole series of shows. Elmo,
cartoon.
that's
You name
crazy.
it.
My
Yeah.
grandbaby. I'm a young grandma.
Uh-huh.
My grandbaby was 4 months old. Okay. And she knew when Elmo was going off, so she could scream at you to put it back on.
Oh yeah.
Okay?
Oh
Four
yeah.
months.
Totally.
4 months. She would scream loud to let me know it's going off because she would hear the ending song.
Correct.
Hey, ma, mommy twin.
She heard me
Yeah.
singing. She heard me singing Elmo's World.
Elmo would do it all the time, honey. Elmo is a problem. Okay. He
And
is
and
a
and it's,
problem in the home.
and it's beautiful because
Yup.
for generations, it was all about Big Bird,
I think
Big Bird, Big Bird. And Elmo came in, and Elmo was like, "Bump this! I'm creating my own world." And that's Elmo's world within. While everybody is still chilling on Sesame Street.
yup. And and that's a prime example. Okay? That is a prime example of taking your own path. And then you should be able to observe your children as they're growing, to know where
Absolutely.
they're going to go, to know
Uh-huh.
what you need to pay attention to.
Correct.
Because listen, it's very important to pay attention to your kids' talents, what they're interested in. Even if you're not interested in fishing and putting your feet in a dirty lake, make it happen for your child.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I didn't like crabbing. I don't like touching dirt, and I hate bugs. Okay. I call my youngest son, my last born. This kid right here took me on an adventure of my life because I always wanted to be able to accommodate him for the things he wanted to do. I always wanted to play part in it or participate in it to show him that I like what he's into. So my son likes to fish and go crabbing. So that consists of touching dirty meat, letting the meat
Right.
rot.
Let me just.
Okay. Then having to get dirty water from the pond splashed on you because you're
Oh my
trying to pull out
gosh.
the chicken to try to catch the crabs, and the chicken is nasty, and you would have never do nothing like this, but you're doing it for your child to show
Okay.
them, hey, let's go have some fun. That's what you want to do. Okay, let's go do it.
Exactly.
You understand? And the boys were born in the winter, and my daughter was born in the summer. So it's like everybody had to celebrate their day on her birthday because only her birthday we was able to go to amusement park.
Oh,
You
okay.
understand what I'm saying? So I would take my sons. After a while, I noticed this. It was worthless taking the boys. They want to get on the kiddie rides. They didn't like the roller coasters. My daughter was shorter than them, and she wanted to go on every roller coaster, but couldn't even reach the height. And she was already
Right.
13. She was just a slow grower. But it's just follow your kids, follow them, pay attention to their daily life, what they're doing every day. And when they look like they're sitting in a corner in deep thought, ask them, what are you thinking about?
What are you thinking
What's
about?
up? Yo,
Exactly.
let's talk about it. Because you never know what they're in deep thoughts about. And sometimes when you ask them what's wrong, it really enlightens them that their parent give a damn.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And
And
they
and
like,
I believe too that you also have to help your child's mind develop,
yes,
because if you don't know, if you don't understand who you are and grasp who you are,
Your child
and
is not going to be able to do that.
enjoy who you are. You know, you'll get out there as a child. You'll get out there and you'll start following everybody. And this is why we make it our business to build our children. Even just the other day, we spoke to them about when someone says something to you that makes you feel sad. Do not allow it to rest in your heart. Do not allow it to make you angry. Do not allow it to make you sad. And I said to him, even if it's your teacher, you tell your teacher, I don't like the way you spoke to me. Don't speak to me like that again.
Yes.
You know, and we're teaching our children this because there's right now there's an uproar, as you and I have spoken in the past. There's an uproar on mental illness, and everywhere you turn someone's talking about mental illness as if it's just a new fad,
And
or
we're not, no.
it's you know, it's and
We're
honestly
not born. We're not
I was
born with
talking.
mental illness. We're
Hold,
not born with
hold on,
mental illness.
exactly, one moment.
Okay.
Exactly, and that's what I said the other day. I think I wrote a status on that. I said, were we born with depression?
No.
No, we were not. And a lot of the time, you have people that are bursting at the seams because they never spoke up.
That's
They
right.
never said, "This is what happened," or "This is what was said to me." You have people that are sitting in great positions, and even people that are sitting in prison right now, and it all probably, I'm going to say 90% of it probably happened because of something someone either said to you
Mm-hmm.
or someone physically did to you,
Yep.
that you just never got the justice you wanted, and now it festered into anger,
Yes.
it festered into depression. Because when a baby is born, all the baby knows is that my environment just
Yes.
changed.
That's right.
I'm cold, wrap me up, give me
Mm-hmm.
something to eat.
That's right.
A baby is not born, oh, I was born this way, or I was born like this. I don't believe in any of these, I was born
Let
this
me
way.
tell you. Can I tell you something? If a crack baby was born and nobody ever told them they were a crack baby, they would never have an excuse in life.
You talking right.
Okay. I'm very strong on that. People use this is how a lot of people, I've noticed a lot of people brainwash their children. Okay. There's this little boy, his mother told him for years. When he goes to the doctor, when she takes him to the doctor, she tells the doctor, so, oh, he has communication problems since his father died when he was 5. So you keep saying this to the doctor as this child is growing because you want to instill that there is some type of disorder in this child. So in order for you to collect a check for him. So now for years, all he hears is you saying this. So for years, that's going to be his excuse.
You stunt his growth. You stunt him like that.
So I have people that run around every day. Listen, we've all been through shit. Some of us been through worse shit than others. But some of us, you won't even know we went through it because we're not going to tell you because we don't want to use that as a clutch to get along in life. So when you become a drug addict, you're going to tell me you became a crackhead because your mother abused you when you was younger or you got raped when you was younger. Maybe you did. Or maybe somebody just introduced it to you and you figured I'll use with them. Because in my life, I've been through a lot of shit, but it didn't make me pick up a crack pipe, sniff no coke, or do anything else that's not safe for my body. Okay? But I've had people come to me and want me to be part of their misery, want me to smoke their crack, want me to sniff the coke with them because they're supposed to be my friend. I should be able to adapt to it. No, you became a crackhead because you wanted to. You mingled with that crew because you wanted to. When we were younger, when we was at home, a lot of us didn't smoke cigarettes until the crowd that we stepped into. A lot of us didn't drink until the crowd that we stepped into. We can never say, a lot of us can't say, hey, I started smoking weed by myself. Somebody in the room gave you some in order for you to try it, in order to do it. Then you find yourself in a room by yourself trying to roll you a blunt for the first time because you enjoyed what you had hanging out with your friends. So now you got to find a way to make it work for you and get it yourself. Who got you on it then? Who got you on it then? Stop blaming people and situations for your problems. It's how strong you are and how much you want to handle it.
You know what? I don't think people, and I think this is something that has to be really clarified, because if people had the opportunity, they wouldn't blame anyone. But let's okay, now I'm gonna use this as an example. I remember when I think I was 16, or no, I probably was 17 years old. I think I was 17 and I attempted suicide. Okay. I cut my wrists.
Yep. And
I
I
cut
was
my
on
wrists.
running back and forth.
Okay. Now somebody would say, oh my God, well, why did she attempt, why did she cut her wrist? Why did she do this? Why did she do that? Let's rewind the tape. We're rewinding the tape. That night, I got a phone call from my parent who said to me, I can't stand you. You disgust me. Out of all my kids, you are the worst. I don't even know why I even gave birth to you. I regret you were born. This is hours before, or should I say maybe about an hour or two.
Mm-hmm.
Because after that phone call, I sat in the chair trembling. It was the most numbing feeling I have ever felt in my life. It was a feeling of the earth stopped spinning, the sun stopped shining, and air was pulled out of me.
Say it.
And the first thing that came to me was, do that to yourself.
Yep.
And when we say that people need to stop blaming people.
Oh no, that's suicide. That's something different.
Let me say this. Let me say this, because the reason I did it is because of somebody who said something to me that triggered
your parent.
That.
Your parent is your worst enemy.
Hold on that. So I hear people, and I've been hearing this a lot lately, that people have been saying, stop blaming people for what happened, this and a third. To some degree, I don't agree to that. You want to know why? Because until this person, like we spoke earlier today, can reach deep down in themselves to recognize that what was just said to you or what was done to you, later on, you're going to see how it lines up with your purpose.
Oh no, I've been there. I've been there.
But for the person who is 20, 30 years down the line that's still blaming that person who's still blaming that person really needs to reach deep down in themselves and heal themselves, because I had to heal myself. There was no therapy. I probably went to every psychologist, psychotherapist, you name it, with health insurance, without health insurance, paid psychotherapist, you name it, I went, and not one of them was able to help me.
Let me tell you, you know what I learned? Sometimes we're stuck in our depression by ourselves. We could tell the world what we're going through and they wouldn't give a damn. Okay? Because they didn't happen to them. Okay? And that's another situation that, like I told you, my mom drove me to kill myself, to try to kill myself. And I wound up in the hospital for 60 days. You understand what I'm saying? Because she rubbed something that she allowed to happen in my face and then wished me death. Okay? So all that stuff right there piling up in your head. When I say blaming people for the decisions you made in life, sometimes when I'm saying stop blaming people for your problems, that's not what I mean. What I mean is there are certain things that could be forgivable, and there are certain things that's not forgivable and that's not forgettable. Okay? But after, like you said, after 30 years or 50 years down the line, to keep hearing the same thing over and over again, you didn't find a way to reach deep inside yourself to forgive that person for you so you can be happy. But some people deliberately use these things as clutches. Deliberately. There are people who have not been treated bad in a family, who've had it all, and go out there and make up stories as a clutch. We're not talking about them people. We're talking about people that go out there and take a breakup from a relationship. Okay, my baby father didn't take care of my kids, so therefore I'm such and such. Just like with this young lady, that a lot of people are mad with the baby situation and this young lady. Let me explain. She blames baby for her being out on the streets at 2 o'clock in the morning with her child and no place to go with a roof over her head. Okay? First of all, you shunned his baby mother and said that your baby's going to be better than her baby because your baby's going to be light skinned. Okay? Then you turned around and you said that you're going to make baby your man. You knew what you was in a situation for. You knew he had another girlfriend, and then you went at her. And now, when everything is hitting the fan, you're the victim.
And
Homeboy
who is
kicked you. Look,
and
she
who is
has
this? This is a rapper and a side
a
chick.
rapper and a singer. She's a singer-songwriter. She's known to be a singer and a songwriter. But now she had this baby. So a lot of chicks right now are out here saying that, oh, he did her wrong. You already knew you was a side chick. So you're fighting for something that's not yours. And then you put yourself in a bind by allowing yourself to get pregnant. And why I say you allowed yourself, yes, it takes two. Why you allowed yourself? Because that's your property. You should protect it from that. But you did it because you were busy challenging the other woman. But now the man kicks you out 2 o'clock in the morning. You're a songwriter. You decided to keep this baby. So now you want to cry. He kicks me out the street 2 o'clock in the morning with my baby. Whose responsibility was it to have a roof over that baby's head?
Both.
Both. But who's the most responsible?
That question can't be answered because
Oh, no.
both are parents. No,
No,
both
no,
they both deserve to give
no,
that child
no,
a roof
no,
over his
no.
head.
Hold on. Let me explain something to you. You didn't hear the story. You're the side chick.
I heard that.
You allow yourself to get pregnant as the side chick so you can do better than the other woman who's already got the house. He bought her everything. She has everything. She's more of the chick he's with. Really, you're just a side chick, and you know this. But you're trying to battle. This happens in life every day. It's like you got your husband, not wishing that anybody. You got a husband. He decides to go mess with some chick. The chick knows about you. She knows everything about you. You even approached her and said, that's my husband. But because your husband is still running over there messing with her, she finds a way to get pregnant by him and come and rub it in your face. Okay? Now she gets pregnant by your husband and she's rubbing it in your face. She carries the baby. She gives birth to the baby and thinks she's going to live in his little penthouse with him. Y'all got different houses. She thinks she's going to live in a penthouse with him. So he kicks her out 3 o'clock in the morning. This is a side chick with the baby. I'm not saying that he shouldn't take care of the baby. No, I'm not saying that. But you chose as a side chick to keep another person's baby that is with somebody else. And then you want to complain that he kicked you out at 3 o'clock in the morning. You're a singer-songwriter. You make money too. Whose responsibility was it to make sure that child had a roof over her head? If the father is not doing it.
Well, say that. Well, if the father's not doing it, it's mommy's responsibility.
It should have been mommy's responsibility from the day she decided to keep the baby.
I agree.
Because you provide shelter for your child before anybody. That man could drop dead tomorrow. What you gonna say? Because he died, you living on the street? Is that the blame? But you got your own money. You make money. You a songwriter. You write music for other people. Songwriters make a lot of money. It's the artists that don't really make the money because the songwriter gets most of the profit. Okay? Unless you were co-writing and ran out of money, then I can understand why. Let me tell you something. Mothers that choose to give birth to a kid after they know the father don't want it and they shunning you, they doing all of that, you should have had a roof over their head before that baby was born and was prepared for that child because it was your decision to keep it. I don't give a daggone about no father, no husband. You know why? You know me, honey. I'm taking all 3, I'm taking all 10 kids and I'm going to do what I need to do. And I'm not going to go outside and beg for charity. Okay? I'm not. Because if you don't want to be part of that child's life, I'm not going to force you to be part of that child's life. Because at the end of the day, it was my decision to keep that child. Because we're the first ones who can destroy that child before that man can.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Absolutely. All right? Before that child goes into the real world.
That's
and you know, another thing with this situation, because I don't know, I would have to definitely look that up. But another thing with this situation is that, you know, I thank God that the abortion rate dropped tremendously over the past 10 years. You know, and to see that women are now having and keeping babies and all, but it looks like right now
after them killing them after they give birth to them, they dropping off. They put them in the garbage. That's what's been. I've been hearing a lot of that lately, and then that's sad. You understand? And you can't listen. Everything sometimes most of the stuff that a lot of our sisters fall into is because they're busy trying to compete with the other sister. They let that man brainwash them and manipulate their mind into thinking they're not with this woman, they with her every day. They in the bed with her every day. And then you're gonna sit there because you're the side chick, and then your husband or man allows them to disrespect you by the way they treat them. Okay? And then some sisters need to stop that. You're stepping on another sister's toes. It doesn't make you any better. I mean, some people got to learn how to say no. Or is it temptation? What is it? Is it temptation, or you just want somebody's man? Or you want to say you took somebody's man? Or what is that? And some of those are generational curses because there are women. Hold on.
I think with some of these women too.
Hold on. A lot of these women were taught by their mothers it's okay to do that. I've met women like that, and I've met their mothers. I've met mothers that tell their daughters, you ain't going to make no money if you don't come here with wet stuff and you ain't get no money. Meaning, in order to get money, you got to sell your ass. Some women has taught their daughters and raised them that way. And they're so disrespectful towards other women.
A lot of these women, these young women that are doing this, because I notice it's something going on now with women. They are meeting these affluent men, these celebrity men, and they're getting with them and they're having children, but at the same time,
no ring, no marriage.
They're forgetting that you laying down and having a person. Yeah, the gender reveals are cute. Yeah, the baby showers are cute.
Where's the wedding?
Yeah, dressing up the baby and putting cute little outfits on the child is cute. All that stuff is cute. But there is a level of reality that people fail to recognize and fail to pay attention to, is you just created a human. So what is this human's environment like right now? What generational thing or legacy are you passing down to this child? Okay. Prime example, you got the DMX fiance. This guy leaves a world of fortune behind, and you were just a fiance,
And a baby
and
mother.
it's like I don't know the whole legal.
I don't
Uh,
think fiance get anything. You have to be the wife. I
you
ain't
you know
never
what I'm
heard no
saying?
fiance get nothing.
So it's
Unless they
like
left a will with the fiance's name on it.
and
Okay? I don't know.
I just feel like us older women, we got to get out here and we got to pound the pavement and speak to our inner city girls and speak to girls across the board about, when you really when you open the door to your temple,
Speak?
when you open the door to your temple and you let this man come in and stand on your pulpit and
With no
he's
protection,
feeding
just dropping all the demons in you.
and just he's literally feeding your soil, like now you got to grow that seed. And a lot of people laughed at me back in the days because when them doctors there was one doctor who told me, she was like, I don't know what you did, what you're doing, but right now you are very fertile. Whoever you're about to have kids with, make sure it's the person you want to have children with. And I remember when she said this to me, and the guy that I was dating at the time, he came to pick me up from the doctor's office.
Hey,
And I
Daddy,
looked
Lady Rush. Mm-hmm.
and I just kept looking at him, and a lot of men don't know when a lot of men don't know when their woman is really sizing them up. So I'm looking at him and I'm like, dang, do I really, really want to recreate this man and put him back on this earth? Do I really want to have his seed? Do I really want to be attached to him for the rest of my life? And
Mm-hmm.
it was from that day I made up my mind. I was just like, no, I'm not. All this other stuff that I was doing with you, I'm gonna stop because you're not the person that I want to be with.
That's
I didn't.
right.
I didn't tell him this, but I knew this. So for this
Yes.
girl to get kicked out at 2 o'clock in the morning with a baby on her hip at 2 a.m. in the morning, God knows where, there's something wrong with that picture. Because any man who knows that you're walking around with a practically newborn child in the middle of COVID, this pandemic, we don't know what's going on in the air, and you could kick the woman out that you once upon a time laid on her belly. You once upon a time released your spirit into her womb, and you allowed her womb to grow your spirit, to grow your seed. And now you turn around and kick her out and tell her to get out in the middle of the night. Better yet, I would have preferred you left her in the house and you get up and you go get a hotel room for the
Which would
night,
make sense, yeah.
which
But
which would have made more sense. But come on,
that's a
and
prime example of you already knew what this was and you should have went with it. That's
I'm
what
in
that
I'm in a
prime is.
I am in
That's
complete agreement with you.
that's the prime example of that.
I
Okay, you
tell
already
women
knew
all
what
the
this
time.
was, so I don't know why you expect some special treatment. That's what I see. And then I think he would have respected her more if while she was pregnant, she went and got her own apartment. That's showing you a boss. Okay, because I decided to keep my baby. I decided to keep my baby. I know what I did, and I know, yeah, I know I shunned your baby mama and said my baby gonna be better than her baby because he's light skinned and da 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 da. Yeah, I know I did that. Now I need to go get my ass up since I did all this shit. Go get my apartment and show them I could back that shit up. You understand what I'm saying?
But what's all this? And that's another topic we really need to touch on. What's all this light skin? Your
Oh,
child light
yes,
skin, dark
that's what
skin.
she said. And you know what? This guy's baby mother never comes online. She doesn't come online for nothing. She does her own. She has her own business. She has her own stuff. She's showing for herself. She got her house. Yes, he bought her a house, but she's taking care of home. She ain't worried about what this girl's doing. But this girl threw shots at her she's a side chick. And you're throwing.
Oh,
This
because
is when
she only wants what the first baby mother had. That's what it
Yes,
is.
that's what it is. And then there are women out there like that. And I don't support that. You know why I don't support that? Because I was a married person. I was a wife. And then there was the side chick that had the baby. You understand what I'm saying? But guess what? I wound up having to throw the baby's first birthday party because the side chick was drunk on the sideline and couldn't get up and do shit for that child that day. You understand? But it's not the child's fault. But that was a seed from my husband, and I was not going to watch him suffer or go through nothing. So yes, I stepped in and was a foster parent for him at one time and everything. Now he's 19, but it was not the child's fault. It was the mother's fault. Busy, because this woman called my phone and said she was sleeping with my husband. So I kindly packed up his stuff and took it to her house. Okay, you the side chick, stay in your place. And that's where I'm coming from. If you know you're a side chick, why go push to have a baby and do all this stuff and then throw shots at my wife or whatever she is to me? She was the first one there. And then now you have the baby, you get it now, he's putting you online and embarrass you. I think, my point of view, I think he's more mad that she didn't represent better than that. Like, go get a crib. You wanted to keep the baby. It was your whole decision. You wanted this to happen. You manifested it. You should have the room and board for your baby when it's born. Because
then again,
as a mother, it's your responsibility to keep your baby safe, because you already know that man did not want that child.
And I understand that part, and I could definitely understand that part. However, I'm still on the mere fact that it's two people that lay down. You knew when you went up in there, bareback, no coverage, absolutely no insurance, nothing.
Oh,
you knew.
He told her. Now, hold on.
You knew. Wait. Let me finish this statement.
No, hold on. Wait a minute.
No. Let me finish this statement. No. Hold on. He knew. Hold on. He knew.
Told her to collect.
No.
You gotta listen.
Let me say what I gotta say.
Every time he did that to her, he told her to go take a plan B. This time she didn't. So why you keep allowing the man to do that to you and make you go take a plan B? Why you keep doing that? That's where I'm coming from. That's the part that I missed, that I didn't tell you. This got me so pissed off. This is why I keep saying you knew what you were doing and you allowed it. The man made you take plan B. He don't want to use condoms. You know that. Every time y'all do it, he don't want to use condoms. And he made sure you had a plan B on the side so you could take it after he busting you. Who is wrong for allowing people to do that to them? That's why I'm so angry with the girl. Because he kept telling her, I told you to get the plan B. She said, I'm sick and tired of every time we do it, you make me take a plan B. You making him do this to you because he's famous and you going for the bullshit. Okay?
Wait. We need
I don't need to be laying with no man that keeps ejaculating at me and telling me to take a plan B.
Hold on. We need a commercial break. I need a moment.
Okay, we'll be back. Hold on.
No, I'm joking.
Oh. We got 20 more minutes.
I'm saying you didn't tell me this part.
I forgot that part. This is why I'm so passionate about the story. He would tell her if basically she has to have a plan B. She told it on the video. Oh, I'm tired, sick and tired. Every time we went through it, you want me to take the plan. I'm not taking a plan B. Yep. Just like that. Why would you do that? Why would you allow a man to keep doing that to you? This is why I don't respect her. You understand what I'm saying? The man is telling you in many words he don't want no kid from you. Every time he's going to do what he wants to you, as long as you allow him, but you have to take that plan B.
What in the world is that?
What in the world is wrong with her?
No. How is it? You a man? You're having kids. God forbid. Do you want somebody doing that to your daughter? That's somebody's daughter.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Tell the men that their actions, if they have daughters, their daughters are going to go through what they put other women through. Please.
Well, we're not going to speak. No, we're not going to speak that because we know the power of our words. We're not going to
speak that, but
no, we're not going to speak that.
It's true. It's true that happens in certain little girls' lives. It's true. We have to stop not talking about certain things. Okay, we have to stop that because it's true. Your sins fall on your children. That says that in the Bible, right? So a man's sin, like I used to tell my dad, the way
I'm born
again.
Women, I'm born again.
You could be born again. You broke your cycle. You broke that cycle. Thank God. But there are other people that cycle didn't break for them. Okay? And their fathers, the way they treat other women, will detect how they're treated by other men in life, depending if they go a different path. Okay?
Wow. He
Stop
gives her
saying,
he
because
gave her the
listen,
plan B. Do you know how that thing, I heard some people who have taken that thing shifts your whole menstrual cycle, man.
yes, it takes you through a whole pregnancy symptom as if you're having a baby, and then you go through the abortion after. It's my
I
thing is,
oh
my
my
problem
God.
was that they said, they said, I told you to take a plan B. So, this man don't want to wear no protection. He speaks to his other baby mother and probably speaking with God knows who else, and telling you, you have to have a plan B because I didn't want to put on a condom. What's wrong with men getting themselves fixed? Since you want to be that way, why don't you take the birth controls? Women, stop allowing men to do that to you. Over what? Some clout, some I don't give a damn what celebrity. If I ever met one or got with one, you are not going. You're gonna put a ring on my fucking finger. I'm sorry. I'm not even dealing with the bullshit.
But what is a ring on your finger justifying? What is, and I hate to
You're
sound like
married.
this.
You're married. You're married.
Okay,
At
but
least
how
you're
many
married.
how many people respect marriage?
Nobody respects marriage,
You
but
got to talk
respect
about
that
that
you
part
married.
too,
Yeah. Who? Nobody respects marriage.
because
Nobody respects marriage.
I always,
Your own husband sometimes don't respect your marriage. But at
I
least
always,
because the first thing they say about black women with these celebrities, I would rather get a ring. Because you know what? You could talk shit about me because I got the ring. Because they talk shit about you when you don't got the ring. Okay? They talk shit about Lauren London with Nipsey Hussle. Okay? Try to say she wasn't married to him and he died and this and that. That's the first thing they do to say to degrade us black women. Okay? But if it's somebody else, it's no problem. But when it comes to us, no, the ring don't do anything. But you know what? You got him to marry you. So whatever BS he want to do, you're still his wife. You're still his wife. No relationship is perfect. Nobody is perfect. But if somebody's gonna make a fool out of you, at least make them marry you. If you're gonna sit there and keep messing with them, what is the ring gonna do? Not a damn thing. But you ain't gonna tell me I let somebody run through me and do all of this to me, and he's still doing it to me, and I'm not married to him.
take a Plan B pill. If that is not like a wake up, like you get
That's
to be
the
in your
time to
most
walk the hell out the
you
door.
get to be you are in your most vulnerable state. You are swapping spirituality with each other.
Yo,
You're
sometimes
doing
a
it.
nut is a
Like,
nut. Sometimes a nut has no love in it. That's another
but
thing some
that is
women need to understand. Some
but a
men just
lot of
want to get a
but
nut off of you.
a lot of our men don't even understand the power in having in sperm. A lot of men don't even know the power in laying down with a woman. People don't understand the purpose of intercourse anymore. Intercourse is like it's all over the place that nobody respects the value of having intercourse. Do you know how beautiful it is to sometimes go, and I know he probably gonna look at me and go crazy right now, but do you know how beautiful it is to sometimes say, you know what? Let's go a whole month and don't do anything. Let's just regenerate. Let's
You don't
and
have to have your sex with your partner every week, every day, every month. You don't. That doesn't make the relationship. It's the
you're gonna
togetherness. It's the working together. It's the partnership. It's the building. That's what it a whole. That's what I see with it. I don't see that the way these young people are doing it out here, that's not the way it's supposed to be done. Okay? And society had made it that you can do and be whoever you want to be in the bedroom. Okay?
And I hope I could sleep tonight because I know how
The
serious
plan B shit is killing you. I know.
it's what's messing me up because if I'm gonna lay down, if I'm gonna put my body on this bed, if I'm gonna hold you and open my legs and do all this and do all of that, I'm when a woman lays down and she opens, she's literally receiving everything about this man
In her
inside of her.
womb. Yes.
She's receiving him.
Down
So
to
it's like,
germs and
how
other people's energy.
yeah,
All of
like
that.
how do you turn around now? You finish moving her body, you finish manipulating, you finish twisting and all this ooh and ah and oh and all the stuff that goes along with having sex. And now you turn around and you come off of her and you say, take the plan B. Like, whoa, that is cold.
So
That's like,
why are you allowing him to treat you that way?
oh my God.
Why are you staying?
And then now you produce a child. So now is this child gonna grow up
Fighting
feeling
for
the
their
love,
father.
the love of his
Now you're
father
gonna
or her
fight for your
father?
father's love. You gotta fight for your father's love. Because that's
I
what it
told
looks
you,
like.
I told you take the plan B. Oh my God. I don't know.
And she's like, I'm tired every time we doing it. You don't want to wear no protection. I gotta take the plan B. Yep. Just like that.
And do these people know that HIV has an incubation period? That
Oh, that's
some
another thing.
as
Mm.
some STDs don't show itself until.
No more because it's so immune to the damn environment. Mm.
Correct. Do you understand that there's things that live on the pubic area, like not even soap and water can wash it off.
Huh.
I mean, what is going on? Why are people taking taking
Sometimes
more?
showbiz is more than somebody's life. You see, like a lot of women are going out here. I'm watching this thing, the botch thing with K Michelle. You seen that on Lifetime? The pictures are dramatic. Everything is dramatic and drastic on that show.
I
Because
chose I
what
choose not
these
to watch
women
it.
do, what they do to their body to look good. I can't even go through cramps that good. I can't even go through labor that fucking good. How can they handle putting stuff in it? Yo, they putting stuff in their body and it's deteriorating their skin, their body so bad. I mean, wow. I thank God. I am appreciative of the body he gave me. I love the skin he put me in. Whether I was fat, skinny, sloppy, I loved it all. And I never went and changed my body. I had my ex-husband tell me I needed to go get liposuction. You see, stop taking what these men say to you literally, man. Stop. Because the chick they go pick up don't even have the body you went and got. The chick they leave you for don't have the body you went and got. It's sad. Anybody who's thinking about getting their body done, stop giving me excuses on there was a reason. And unless you got into a drastic car accident and the side of your butt cheek got cut off, I don't want to hear no other excuse on why you put a piece of butt on your ass. Because I put on the post, I was this size and I didn't go under the knife and do nothing. The girl gonna come back and say, oh, people have complexes and they have reasons that they did. Well, did you get in a car accident and your titty got cut off? Then I can understand that's why they put the implant there. You understand what I'm saying? Then I can understand that's why they put something in your ass for it to get bigger. Be satisfied with what the hell you got. You letting your man tell you something in the bedroom to make you go change your whole factor in life.
What he telling you in the bedroom? First of all, if y'all in the bedroom, what's going on in the bedroom that
Yo,
he got time to talk to you
he
about
said,
that?
listen, my ex-husband told me I need breast reduction, liposuction, and everything. Tummy tucks and all that. Did I go do any of that, cuz?
You sure did not.
I left his ass. You go find a chick that could do that for you. Because I'm not. I'm not. Everything is in the right place and leave it right there. That's why the
That's it.
gastro, they used to call me, they put me on a table for breast reduction. They put me on a table for gastro. I got up and walked out every one. And I said, you know what? Let me get some willpower because I'm scared of going under the knife. Okay? Let me get some willpower. Well, that's what helped me. You guys are good. You ladies are strong. Y'all stronger than me. Y'all
But
stronger than a
you
woman.
wanna know
Nah,
something
you're
off
stronger than a woman giving birth to a baby to
you wanna
allow
know
these people to
something?
put these chemicals in your body.
Sometimes too, we have to also look at the environment and the culture of
I
that
see it.
industry.
I see
We
it.
we we have to look at the culture of that industry
I
because
see it. I'm a singer
um
songwriter. I sing all over the place. I've came into money where I could have got my ass and breast done. I don't need my breast done, but I could have got my ass done. I could have got my stomach tucked in.
a
So
lot of
what?
them in that, unfortunately, in that arena, if this is what's going to get me more of this, then let's do it. If this is what's going to get me more of that, then let's do it. If this is where it's going to get me in
I
a
think
year,
the only
let's do
people who
it,
didn't get their bodies done in this industry is India Irie, Brandy, um, Erica Badu, uh, Jill Scott. These were
Ash-
all
and
soulful
and
sisters.
I think Ashanti, I don't think she got anything done.
Ashanti didn't get nothing done to her body. Okay. Foxy Brown didn't get nothing done to her body. And she was the darkest chocolate than Little Kim. I'm sorry. Okay. Little Kim was a beautiful damn girl. Okay. I'm not trying to knock her down, nothing. But she, the brainwash they put in her head, she didn't feel good about. She was beautiful. How can somebody look so beautiful, somebody turn you against yourself? Because when you change yourself, somebody's turned you against yourself.
But let me tell you something too. You have to be strong minded when you get around certain people because a few months ago rather, I I I was around some people, okay? I was around some people who had some type of work to do, whatever, and every time I came on the scene, oh my God, girl. Oh my God, girl, I need to take you to Cuba. They're gonna snatch that right up for you and put this on and put that on. And the more you keep
You see,
hearing it
that right there is to
the
me.
more you keep hearing it every single day, everything, it got to the point where I found myself consulting with surgeons. I found myself calling this one. And I said, whoa, whoa,
Oh
whoa,
my
whoa, whoa, whoa.
God.
I said, wait a second, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? And immediately I said, listen, Nadia, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna eat healthier and you're gonna exercise.
That's right.
You're
Because you
well
had a
proportioned.
flat stomach before you had the kids. It
I
could
sure
go back
did.
there, okay? And you wasn't doing no exercise in the gym back then. So I don't.
I was just like, nope.
Yo,
I was just like,
women, I've had a lot of people come up to me and do that. And you know what I tell them? I am fine with this, honey. It looks great on me. Thank you for the suggestion, but I'm loving this. I can
exactly.
put on anything that I want. It could be as tight as I want it to be. I ain't got to rub down and treat my skin every night because somebody went and did something and cut something and they didn't do it right. You know, half of these places they go, these women are so desperate that they go into dirty spots. Because I've been watching some shows on YouTube where, no, that was the show, the Bot Show with K. Michelle. The lady,
You
you
forgot
seen
what
the
you was
damn,
watching?
yeah, you seen the damn place dirty and filthy. Why would you go to a bathroom? The bathroom is filthy. The where they put you at to do
And
the
they
surgery.
injecting the butt?
Yes, and they injecting you with these dirty needles. How you know if the needles is clean? How you know they ran out of needles and sanitized them shit and just started using them again?
What are they injecting these women with?
But these are shops. These are like sweatshops.
What are they injecting them with?
Some of them tire fluid. Um, in Atlanta, they caught the lady. She was putting flat fix. Do you know what flat fix is? You ever get a
Is that
flat tire and your husband go inside the flat fix and buy this thing, and
and then
that
they put it on the
they put
pot?
it
Yeah.
inside. They don't put it on the pot. They put it in the thing and squeeze the stuff inside the tire to fix the flat somewhere. Okay. The thing, once it gets into the tire, it swells up big and it fills up the hole of wherever the pockets are that's with the hole in the car. Flat fix. Okay, we was driving to East St. Louis. We had a flat in New Jersey. We put the flat fix in. The flat fix worked all the way to St. Louis, East St. Louis. So you tell me what flat fix is. They was putting that in the girl's behind. And then it burst in her butt and started spreading through her body. K. Michelle stated that ever since she had all them implants done, her body hurt. Her butt was too heavy for her legs. You could tell her butt was too heavy for her legs. It's like they made it uneven. You ever see that little picture they made with the lady? She looked like she's in a white jumpsuit. They made it look like a penguin. And she got the blonde hair. Well, that's what her butt looked like on her legs. To me. Okay? These women go through drastic measures to impress social media. And I don't think it's their fault sometimes. They just too
Well,
naive to be strong about it.
it's what the men, and that is probably
It's
more than
what they
likely it's
hey,
what
hey,
the
hey, hey,
men
hey,
like.
hey, hey, hey. The men don't like them butts, okay? Because them butts are not firm and flabby like natural body. Once you get that butt, it's a different feeling. So if you have a husband, why you did all that, you was a lucky queen. Okay? He loves you. And all that hard stuff don't matter. But some people want to feel the natural. And these same women that went and got their body done, some of them are used as trophies on the red carpet, but that man is sleeping with a big woman with all the flab and a half stomach hanging out every night. But she's just his trophy on the red carpet. Because that's what everybody likes and want to see. You don't see as soon as a celebrity get with a hot body woman, they like, oh, she's your match. She's great for you. They don't even know what the woman does. They don't know what's her profession. They don't know if she want to have kids. They don't know nothing. But she's great for you. And some celebrities go with what the audience say. Because they like her, they're going to keep liking me, and I'm going to keep her. But she may not even be who he's sleeping with every night. And there are a lot of women out there who did not get their bodies done, who are exercising at the gym every day, okay? And I love them because they have willpower to be who they are and they proud and love themselves in their skin. I'm not saying I was teased, I was fat. They call me fat Haitian booty scratcher, all type of stuff. I didn't let that. I always made a saying, don't alter the body that God gave you. Even if it don't look good right now, one day it might look perfect for you. Guess what? I'm prime example.
Right?
Okay, I'm prime example. Why? Because everything my ex-husband told me to go get liposuction, breast reduction, all of that, I didn't have to get none of that, sis. It looked like I got that. People were like, oh, what she got, the gastro, this? No, I changed my diet. And if you want to know what I did, I'll tell you what I did, and it will work for you just like it worked for me, and it's still working for me. I falls off sometimes, but I haven't gained no weight. If anything, my fall off been making me lose weight, but I'm not trying to lose no more weight neither. I'm trying to stay right where I'm at. And then I'm going to go on the bike and then lift some weights to tighten up my arm and my thighs. You understand? Angela Bassett, you seen her at 60 years old? Her skin is tight. I've met 60-year-olds that don't that they face skin is already hanging.
I was just telling somebody the other day, I said, my gosh, with all this lace front, lace this, lace that, I said, we're going to have a generation of women with no hairline.
Yep.
Grandmothers and aunties with no
Yep.
hairline.
Somebody cut my hairline when I was on Orange is the New Black because I had to shave my hair, so they figured it would cut the hairline too. I don't know what it came, but it all came back by the grace of God. You didn't destroy me all the way, honey. Yeah, you gotta be careful who you let in your hair, who you let do things to you, because sometimes they just jealous of you, and they take the anger out on your hair or certain things they doing for you. Even your makeup. Sometimes somebody don't like your attitude, and you a celebrity, they're gonna have your makeup looking shitty when you go on stage, because they know
Well,
you don't know how to do your makeup.
I do my own hair and my own
That's
makeup.
right. And we
Listen,
was taught this family, and yo, it was
it was
great.
great.
We had a
Thank
great
you
show,
for
and
having me.
yes.
Thank you so much.
And I hope nobody don't come for us because it's a lot of truth to everything that was going on. And yes, generational curses do exist, especially with the body situations going on.
But
Okay.
we hold the key. We hold the key to stopping it for
Yes.
our generation. And
Yes.
we have the key to doing something different.
And I want to send a shout out to K. Michelle because K. Michelle was used as a vessel, and them other women were used as a vessel by God, whether you want to believe it or not, to teach you not where not to go, okay? To teach you where not to be, and to teach you to be happy within your skin. K.
Yes.
Michelle go through it every night because she's missing certain parts that she cherished in her body just because of the changes she made to look better than to be happy with what she had. Okay? Please watch that show. Don't think, oh, you found the better doctor, or this one does it better, or he knows, or he don't do that. Oh, he don't use those products. It doesn't matter. Your body's not meant to be altered. It is your temple to protect. And you have to protect it from everything that society is trying to bring towards it. Wake up. You are responsible for your life. You are responsible for your health. You can pray to God, but God can only save you how much you want to save yourself. Peace. Real Talk After Dark Radio, Suki Suk, Nadu's Experience, and Nadia and Frego.
Live with Nadia.
All
Coming
right.
back on the air. Live with Nadia
Yes.
very soon.
Yes. And we will be seeing you soon, cuz you can come see us any day.
You got it.
And we out of here, all right?
All right. Love
We're
y'all.
going
Be
to take
blessed.
it back to what am I doing here? Because it's a prime example of how did I get this far? And how did you get where you are today? And how to get out. And yes, we are neglected by the outside because they don't care what we're going through until it has something to do with them. Peace. What am I doing here? How did I get this far?